Hey everyone, Wanderbot here, and welcome back to another Nightmare run. I was feeling like doing another one of these, mostly for practice, mostly because after a certain point, like, normal Tower of Guns is fairly hard on its own, but I know if I'm gonna get really good at this game, or at least good to the point where, like, I can just rock and roll everything, the best way to do it is just by doing Nightmare mode over and over and over again. And chances are I'm not going to have, like, so many Nightmare modes that, like, my content becomes 50% Nightmare mode or above, but I'm definitely going to have, like, a couple more episodes than I usually do. And they're going to be shorter, and I'm probably gonna put them up as solo things, if only because these are really hard, and they take, like, a lot of work to do. Unfortunately, I'm losing a lot of the upgrade tokens here, because, I can't really run through the main body of the bombs with fear of getting blown up. But at the same time, it's like, the loot. You must get the loot. And it's scary. Now, I was thinking about the flight run that I did, what, 2 runs ago? Yeah, two... I don't know, I'm losing my sense of time here. I think it was 2 runs ago, because I did yesterday's run, which was... oh, yeah, I don't even remember. Anyway, ooh, difficulty reduction, that's useful. So, more or less, the flight run was exceedingly easy, like, to the point where it was kind of boring. And, you know, I'm sorry if it seemed like more boring content than most of my other stuff. It's just I really wanted to fly around. But in reality, there's no challenge when, you know, you can pretty much dodge everybody's shots just by flying all over the place like kind of some crazed goon. Okay, so I didn't get the secret area, but I got the secret area's stuff. See if I can get it one more time. Okay, there's nothing there apart from my health pickup, and I really don't need that. Anyway, so I was thinking, if I want to do another flight run, if and when I do, and this will probably be in like 20 episodes or something like that, I think my next flight run is going to be... oh, something's behind me. So we've got saw blade launchers on our sides, and luckily I think we're fast enough that they can't exactly hit us, but there's a lot of concern. Oh, so that's what hit us originally. So we've got a couple of saw blade launchers. What am I stuck on? I was stuck on a spiky ball. Oh, that is terrible. We're in very dire straits right now. And you know what? If I die here, I'm just going to attack it onto the briefcase. Or the next run. Maybe. I don't know. Kind of hard to say, because it's definitely one of the shorter runs that I've done in a long time. And a lot of scary. Okay, so we've got some very necessary health tokens. Weapon EXP. Good. Oh, that's who's hitting me. Okay, I didn't even notice these guys up above. And that's definitely concerning. I see some saw blades flying from place to place. Oh. Yeah. Oh. That's who's hitting me. Yeah, you know what? I'm just gonna do another one of these. The problem is Egon's Pride. It's a really good gun, but it doesn't do that much damage. So, yeah, that was only a 3-minute run. I'm just gonna do another Nightmare run with something with a little bit more of a kick. It's gonna have to be the portable pizza thrower, because I dare not use, you know, the Babel gun or the 609mm hand... actually, the 609mm hand cannon might work. Because the thing is, Egon's Pride is good, but on Nightmare mode, the enemies have higher armor, I believe, or at least they take a lot longer to kill. So the low base damage of Egon's Pride really works against it, whereas, you know, in normal difficulty, it's actually pretty effective at just cutting through things. So let's just hope the splash damage on this isn't too threatening to us. I know there's a secret area up there, but there's no way I'm going to be able to get to it. Anyway, so as I was saying about flight mode before I started dying, I was thinking, it would actually be really cool to do a Nightmare flight, because maybe the, like, ease of flying would be counteracted by the, you know, difficulty of Nightmare mode, and the enemy shots would actually fly fast enough to be a threat to me, as opposed to just kind of like a halfway challenge that really doesn't, you know, threaten me in any way, shape, or form. And I'm all the things to get stuck on. At least I got the token. I was going to be like, this is going to bite if I'm actually stuck here, have to tilt back and can't get the tokens I want. Anyway, I think there's a secret area here. Is it? Oh, it's like one of those that's above or something, right? It's hard to say. I don't really remember, but it's one of those that I don't think is. Oh, there. Wow. I think that's supposed to be a secret area, and you know what? We're doing it. So, as I was saying, I would like to do a challenge run with flight and difficulty, and I guess You know what? No, I'm going to go back and undo this. I just wanted to pop out here and see what this was about, because this is technically a secret. It said so. You know, found a secret. I can't see if there's any, like, actual upgrade out here, or if it's just like, you found a secret. You left the level. Congratulations. Okay, let's get back in and not waste any more time out here, and then switch back to walking, because let's be honest, I'm not going to improve unless I actually do these legitimately. And it'll probably be somewhere around episode 75 or something like that that I do Nightmare Flight. Because, why is it this... Oh, it's not the exact same room as last time, but it's pretty close. Oh, come on. It's the little explodey guys that I hate so much. You know, the ones that don't drop anything. At least these guys don't seem to come in champion form, which is really cool, but also terrifying because I still have a lot of scary all over the place, and my splash damage is probably going to kill me. Maybe. I don't know. Hard to say. But even the 609mm hand cannon, which usually just wrecks everything to the nth degree. Ugh. I hate how fast those guys turn, too. I'm just going to be complaining because it's like difficulty. I have to complain. Everything is hard. When it's easy, I can, you know, take the little bit more humorous of an approach, but at this point it's just like... Anyway, so I think it will be episode 75 that I will do Nightmare Flight, and until then I'll probably just intermingle normal Nightmare episodes to actually train up, as opposed to being a cheap cheater bastard, and, you know, not doing the things the proper way. Ooh, that was bad. At least now we're in a better position. Unfortunately, we do not have the jumps to get up to where we want to go. Ugh. I was really hoping I could get those tokens without this guy seeing. Unfortunately, the enemies in this game turn like crazy, and especially on Nightmare mode, where they're, you know, extra fast. Anyway, so we're actually doing fairly okay health-wise. That was really stupid. I just, like, accidentally clicked down because, there's something I just cannot stand in life, and that is, oh, what is that? Precise. Precise is pretty useless to us. Fortunately, we're also dirt poor. That's magnetism, which isn't going to matter. What's this down here? An extra jump, but since we are dirt poor, not useless. Well, not useful. Anyway, so the thing I hate, one of the things I hate most in life is, like, little bits of dirt and crumbs or, like, eraser shavings on a mousepad, and my mousepad is covered in them right now, and I have no idea why. I think it's because I've been eating pretzels, and, you know, suddenly I regret my, you know, midnight gluttony while animating, because kind of sucks to have a bunch of crumbs on your, you know, nice fancy mousepad, and you're playing Tower of Guns, and it's like, you can just feel the crumbs poking into your hand, and it's like, this is the worst thing in existence. So, I'm kind of interested that most of the champion enemies seem to be green, but I've definitely seen blue and red champion floating bombs before, but don't know. We've got a lot of scary here, and oh, that's why I'm not running so well. The 609mm hand cannon actually has a bit of a kickback. I was wondering about that. I was like, why am I running weird? And that's why. Now, luckily, we've got a high enough speed that Lantern of Fullest actually becomes probably one of the easiest enemies to tango with, especially on Nightmare difficulty. So, managed to eke out a win pretty easily. Now, I think... I'm trying to remember what item that is without looking at it, if only because I'm trying to get all the tokens. And to... Pyroclastic Centrifuge. I think I've used it before, but for the life of me, I cannot remember it. Let's just go straight through. I think we're actually on a different type of plot setup. As... Did we even... Oh, we found the one secret because I flew out of the level and I was confused about it. Anyway, I don't recognize this plot. The, like, little flavor text plot that comes through. Studley action figure. Action hero. Weird. Do not recall. Anyway, we've got spikes and lava that I just managed to toss myself into. I feel really stupid about that. Yeah, so unfortunately, I wasn't thinking about this when I picked the 609mm hand cannon, but it's actually got some kickback, so it's making it a little bit harder to do, like, the, not race around the globe maneuvers that I always do, but, you know, it's kind of hard to run pell-mell all over the place when you're actually knocking yourself back. Anyway, that's just a little bit of coinage, and it's probably not worth the damage I'm going to take going after that. So instead, I'm just going to get across before everybody realizes I'm here, and hopefully can get to the other side before that happens. And unfortunately they turn very fast, and when you're close to the 8 shooters on Nightmare difficulty, oh jeez. Surprise! I don't even Ring of Pain. So that's what the Pyroclastic Centrifuge does. Well, you know what? It's probably the most appropriate item to come out of Lantern of Pholis by, you know, a very large margin. I'm getting hammered here, and the bullets are flying really fast, faster than me. And unfortunately, there's an armor pickup in here that I couldn't pick up until now because my own Ring of Fire kind of screwed me up. Unfortunately, that means that the Pyroclastic Centrifuge, by my opinion, is equally as useless as the Fire Mine weapon mod, because let's be honest, how many enemies are actually, like, mobile and coming close to you? And the answer is not many. It creates more or less just a fire zone of death that will harm you way more than it will harm any enemies that come through, because, quite honestly, I am far more mobile than any of these stationary cannons just kind of growing out around here. I think at this point my gun is a high enough level that I can actually take out the basic cannons just by shooting, which is great. Unfortunately, that also still means that we've got these guys to tangle with, and our bullets fly very slowly, so I have to, like, kind of dodge left and right while hoping for the best. I guess I could probably get closer to them. I don't know, it's risky with how fast their bullets fly, especially with the kickback we're running, because any amount of kickback is going to put us into a slightly less than advantageous position. I think we're okay. Okay, so we've got some small amounts of upgrades. Again, with the heavy clicks, I don't have fat fingers, but sometimes it definitely feels like it. Sometimes I'll just, like, randomly click down, and it's almost never a problem. Except for in this game, where I, you know, more than frequently will just kind of click, and it would be just my luck that I'm running a gun with splash damage. Anyway, apparently I could have arrested my fall a little bit more than I did, but I didn't, and that's life. So let's get back here and see what we got. Just some EXP tokens. Not the best. Might not have been worth the health, considering, you know, taking any kind of damage in this game is extremely painful. But at the same time, every little bit helps. We'll see if it balances out, and considering death is guaranteed, well, I don't have that much to complain about. Let's take the lift up and see who's hanging out around here to make us unhappy. Bunch of bombs. Okay, and a bunch of these little guys. First time the Pyroclastic Centrifuge is... Ooh, that's a super cannon down there. That's concerning. So we've got a lot of these little guys, and oh dear, that's a really bad thing. So I just noticed that both lifts seem to be going kind of in a backwards direction, and that means I have to, like, grow out back here, which bites, because there's still the super cannons up there, and they're going to wreck my face if I even get close to them. Interestingly enough, these super cannons aren't coming in the hero variety, or champion variety. I don't know exactly what you want to call them. Pretty much the same thing. Here, let's kind of bounce our way across. I'm actually very glad we ran into this room, if only because, oh geez, that's going to be scary. Okay, if only because, well, when it comes down to it, the pickups that they're dropping are bringing us pretty much back up to full health. We've got one more of these guys that actually seems to be just a floating distraction, which is great. And we've got these two, which I guess I'm just going to potshot here. And they're going to drop all their stuff into the lava, which, oh, this is probably worth it. Oh, hello. So that is why running Fire Force is good. There's actually a shop in there. I've never even noticed. Now, was hopping into the lava and swimming for the speed upgrade worth it? And the answer is probably not. But it was definitely worth it for the discovery. Probably. And here's a big health token to kind of make up for it. You know, we've got 2 more secret areas to go for. I didn't spot what they were when I was coming through, so it's kind of grab bag what we're going to get. But, okay, so 3 coins. That's kind of insulting, but it's life. Take the lift up, and let's go see what the other one has. And with any luck, we'll be able to take a peek at it without having to hop down. And that will, you know, determine whether or not it's even worth it going down to see what it is. What is it? It's a health upgrade. Probably worth it. Took a little bit of falling damage there, but barely. Didn't even really see the bar go down, which is good. Because I don't know if armor blocks, or not blocks, reduces fall damage. I've never actually figured that one out. Definitely an interesting thing to test at some point, but not today. So now we've got 3 3 extra bars of health, which would be nice if we had, you know, enough health to fill it back up. But considering we had this room with all the nice bombs, we managed to get into a fairly advantageous location. Now, unfortunately, this room is kind of scary for similar reasons as the previous one. I'm going to get out of there before my fire barrier kind of mucks things up. And I'm not entirely clear on what specifically I should go for first. Oh, hello. Well, I guess I know where I'm going. That hurt a little. Actually, not as much as I thought it would. And I wish I had more money right now. And it's going to be very embarrassing if... Oh, come on. Got stuck on the ramp. Okay, so... I'm not keen on doing this. There's a lot of fire up there. There we go. Okay, I've never actually gotten up to this secret area before. And the answer is not worth it. And oh, we're getting peppered. We are getting peppered hard. This is Sucksville. Unfortunately, we're in a position where if we can kill these guys without getting hit, we might be able to get enough health back to kind of make up for the damage we have taken. But that's an interesting question by far. Apparently, a lot of these like big rotating cannon things aren't even shooting down, which is great for us, because it means I can pepper them, take them out. Hopefully they'll drop some nice health pickups for me. Looks like I got a little bit there. Fortunately, my nose is itching, and that is, I mean, a seriously destructive thing in this game alone. And I guess it would be destructive in pretty much any game where, like, high action. But, I don't know, I don't play a whole lot of, like, really fast-paced games, come to think of it. It's like Prop Hunt, I can just kind of sit around and wait for people to come after me like 9 times out of 10. And... I mean, I guess some of the stuff I do with Shell can be action-oriented, but I'm always playing on an easier difficulty, so I never feel like it's particularly necessary. Now let's get over here, not get hit by any of the, you know, rapid-fire explosions, even though I'd love to get through and get all of these upgrades. And we're actually not in a terrible way. This is the first time I've ever actually gotten up to that secret area. And you know what sucks? I'm actually going to have to go back down. I really wish I had gone, hadn't fallen down by accident. But, we actually have enough money for the trumpet. And getting the trumpet probably won't win us this run, but it will probably put us in a position where we might be able to get up to, like, the battlements, if we're lucky. And I think we're going to be lucky enough. Fortunately, we don't have enough jumps to get up there, but luckily enough, there's nobody else here. Okay, so let's get down and hope for the best. Took a lot of damage there. Let's buy us the trumpet, and hopefully we don't, you know, die in the next 2 rooms, because that would be really embarrassing. So, Shrapnel Trumpet is probably my favorite, by far. At least of the, you know, guns I can pick up. The Motivator is terrible. Oh, great. So, we're already fighting Mama Spinbot, which is concerning to no end, because we're very low on health. This level is kind of hard to maneuver. Honestly, I get stuck in a lot of stuff. And considering I haven't upgraded the trumpet at all, it's probably a... Oh, come on. If I die in the lava, I'm gonna die here. And that bites. No? Yep. I killed Mama Spinbot, but I died. Yeah, falling in the lava there really does not help. And that's kind of a shame, because I would have seriously enjoyed having the shrapnel trumpet for, you know, the later levels. But that was actually a much better run than the previous one, so I'm going to count that as some kind of win, and at this point, I'm done with Nightmare Mode because I'd like something a little bit more relaxing. So, I'll see you guys on the next run of Tower of Guns, and as always, thanks for watching. And I'm never getting the Pyroclastic Taco ever again, because it's terrible.